I've been talking cats all this first hour, but we do have breaking news. The Heat, by the way, Game 5 tonight of the Eastern Conference Finals is right here on 560 WQAM. 8:30 is your tip-off. Preheat starts at 7, but we do have some news. Gabe Vincent out tonight with an ankle injury. He will not play. He was listed as questionable yesterday, and then about middle of last hour, Shams reported that he was listed as out, so not great. Not great to not have your starting point guard tonight. Gonna need a big one from Low Dog. Gonna need a big one from Low Dog. I'm sure he slips right in there.
It's a bounce back game for him too, because he had a stinker.
He was not good. Bam was not good. So I think both of those guys are going to be big in a couple areas. Not only scoring, but I think facilitating, because I think the ball will be in Bam's hands a lot more too.
Who do you start Kevin Love? Because you need something on that second unit, and without Low Dog, you just have to.
I think Gabe Vincent. I mean, Caleb's really been the guy. Like he's been the scorer off the bench. So right. I think they'll probably. I mean, like they're barely playing Kevin Love at this point anyway. I think if you put him on the bench, I don't even know if Spo would look up. To be honest with you,
it's crazy because the reason why is because he just can't stay in front of any of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the first 5 minutes of the game are going to be important for this reason. Forget the scoring. Forget all the other stuff. If Bam can run Robert Williams out of the game, right?
Well, they haven't been starting him. They haven't been starting him.
They've been starting White.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me rephrase that. If he can get him into the game sooner because he's dominating all the short guys in front of him, right? That's going to be an indication of how this is going to go. I think sometimes with the decisions you make, if they all work, you don't have to take any countermeasures. And that's kind of what happened, that everything that Missoula did worked. So now we'll see how his adjustments are going to be off the adjustments that Spo makes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we are. I would dare him to shoot again. Dude, you've been shooting crappy all postseason.
Yeah, well, honestly, their formula's kind of been to get them to not shoot, though. Like they don't want them putting up as many attempts as they have. Like right. that's what he's been trying to aim towards. Because honestly, I think Spo thinks if they don't shoot threes, that they can't beat them.
Right.
And I mean, that was a pretty profound strategy the first few games.
30. When it was plus 30 and 3-point
for game 4.
Yeah,
they lit them up on game 4.
Right.
Yeah,
They made 18 of them.
Yeah, and I think they heated 8. Right. So yeah, they lit him up. Gabe Vincent for the series so far, he's averaging 17.5 points. So he's been providing some nice scoring punch. He's been shooting, 58%, shooting 50% from 3-point land. So yeah, it's a loss that hurts. Don't get me. You know what he does defensively as well. I think that's it definitely hurts not having Gabe Vincent. Gabe's been tremendous for him, and they're going to need a big step up game from Kyle Lowry tonight. And they're going to need a lot more from Bam, a lot more. And they already ask a lot of him, but first they need him to bounce back. But from a playmaking standpoint, they need that from him as well, because the ball really just stuck in that last game. It was not moving around. So not having Gabe hurts. And then, Strus wasn't, lighting the world on fire the last game too. So I do think there was a lot of stuff that can get better. I'm still not shook. I think that the Heat are in a good spot. Everybody wants to sit here and make it crazy things like, if the Heat lose tonight, is it really bad news? Like, dude, no, it's bad news for the team that has one game that they lose and their season's over.
Right.
Like, I don't understand.
There's no pressure on the Heat. They got 3 tries.
I don't understand what this logic is from everybody. And I just think it's like the Nuggets are advanced. Nobody has anything to say about them. I think it's like, what is the only thing that we could talk about? Maybe the Celtics can pull off history. That's what they're dying for. It's Boston. The thing is, their team is so helter-skelter, and it's like you can't even trust them to give you that, on top of the fact that the Heat are one of the most consistent teams in the playoffs. So I have a lot of faith that they can still get this thing done tonight, even without Gabe.
It's pretty amazing that they and the media are expecting the Celtics to do something they haven't done all postseason. That just like, we got into it before the playoffs started. And I said to you, you expect me to have faith in the team.
I expect you to be me.
Right. You expect me to have faith in a team that hasn't shown me they could play a stretch of 2 good weeks of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's changed. Now I'm going to say the same thing to Boston fans or whoever thinks the Celtics can come back. You're asking me to believe that a team who has been so inconsistent all postseason, I'm talking about Atlanta going to 6, Philly going to 7, and now you're 3-1 here. And you expect me to believe that as inconsistent as this team has been, all of a sudden they're going to go be consistent for 4 games?
The other thing is that's interesting about it, like, if you want to talk about pressure, that's weird about things. Like, in all honesty, it's almost better for Boston to be on the road because, like, that crowd, I feel like
they start booing quick. They booed them off the court.
They're going to turn on them very bad if anything goes poorly for them. So, like, they haven't been good at home. They haven't been good at home for the last 2 postseasons. Miami's won 4 of their last 5 in that building. Jimmy Butler loves playing in TD Garden. And you're telling me down half, we've already seen this team pack it in once. We've already seen it. Now you're doing it in front of your Sully and Murphs. You don't think it's going to get worse?
Yeah.
So, yeah, sucks losing Gabe Vincent. However, having Kyle Lowry replace him, not terrible. It's not a terrible way to go. I would imagine that, like, you know, we have seen him in these playoffs spark some pretty great stuff. We know he's a pain in the ass to play. Certainly due for a better shooting night, I would say. And, you know, I think that this is one of those things, you know, Gabe, the last game that they played him in TD Garden wasn't fantastic. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think that they've been able to show that they can win games without Gabe Vincent being amazing. Him being amazing is great for the team, but, like, it's not like they always need an A+ Gabe Vincent game. So it's not a crippling blow for them.
Here's what I need to see tonight. I need Bam and Jimmy to have 20, 25 points, right? And I need one other guy. One other guy give me 20. If that happens.
Yeah, that guy,
it could be one of
what you seen from Caleb right now has been
Martin.
pretty Caleb Martin has been pretty damn consistent.
It could be Caleb. It could be one of those games by Kyle where he just comes out and just starts lighting it up.
Could be Strus.
It could be Strus. So I just need one other guy.
Feels like a Strus night. Doesn't feel like a Strus night. Sometimes you just look at the atmosphere and I just feel like, you know what it feels like? It feels like a Strus night.
To put a finger in the air.
Yeah, I was like, you know what that feels? Feels like a Max Strus night. Does it not feel like a Max Strus night, J-Fig?
I feel it.
Feels like a Max Strus night. I don't know.
So I'm feeling Caleb Martin.
You feel like Caleb Martin?
Yeah, I do feel
Dude,
I
feel like it,
well.
But
Yes.
Caleb, the thing is I like the activity in which Strus plays with, but Caleb has been on fire on both ends.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great.
And we need him to slow down one of the 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Between him and Jimmy, y'all got to shut one of them 2 guys down. Either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum.
Ryan saying feels like a Duncan night. Vanessa saying don't sleep on dunks. I hear you, but you want to, something in the air.
Do that.
Feels like a Strus night.
Dude,
Just feels like a Strus night.
we already threw our rats on the ice.
What do you mean?
Why are you?
Just tasting the air, you know, just
Hey,
the atmosphere. And I'm like,
damn, we got a neutral rat over here.
Ooh,
feels like a Strus.
yum.
I don't like it.
Pull up a neutral rat. It is about.
Is it different from a muskrat?
It's like a big beaver.
It's bigger than Scooby.
Yeah.
Aw,
Those
I
neutral rats are
miss it.
huge.
Neutral rat. It is hideous.
Give us a weather update from the DeMesman and Dover law firm, Leroy. Your accidentattorneys.com.
All right.
Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Folks, I'm giving you a heads up right now. This is what the weather pattern is going to be until August or September. Okay? Early in the morning, you're going to get up to beautiful skies. In some cases, it might be relatively clear. Then as the day goes on, like right now, it's partly cloudy. It's going to get a little more cloudy. And then at about 3 to 4 o'clock, it's going to pour. It's going to do this every day until football season. Get used to it. Plan accordingly. If you got anything you want to do it in the morning. If you want to go to the beach, go early, because at about 3 or 4 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, it's going to rain. It's that time of year.
Yeah, but
Currently,
you forgot, but you didn't see that over there?
What's that?
Yeah, look over here. Right up. See right over there that see how the atmosphere's going right there?
We're gonna fall into something right now.
Dude, sit your ass
I'm
down.
just telling you, do you see that?
Set your
What
ass.
are you pointing at?
Feels like a Struce night.
Okay.
Feels like a Struce night.
You're
Feels like a
pointing in
Struce-
the wrong direction.
Feels like a Struce night. Feels like a Struce night.
Anyway, the winds are light out of the east, probably 5-10 miles an hour, and it's currently about 83 degrees.
Silly Sauce says it looks like a Struce night. I think it does. I got a dilemma. Can I tell you about a dilemma I have?
No, because your dilemmas, you know what? Here's what you do. You present us with dilemmas. We give you the answer to your problems,
Mhm.
and then you disregard them and do what you want to do anyway.
Well, that's why I
There's
like to
no-
have you. I like to have you as
No!
a sounding board for my dilemmas.
No, sounding board.
No,
Yeah.
You don't listen. You don't take my advice.
Leroy.
You should not even be considering talking about.
Come on, we're here for each other. Go
Yeah, we're
ahead.
here for each
Go
other,
ahead.
right? All right, I'll tell you about my dilemma coming up next.